Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Thrown under the bus.
No. Always live. Always real. Always unpredictable.
I'm not okay with that.
It sounded good when I thought.
Log on and join our live conversation.
Yes, I don't like that. You're 100% right.
Daily Blast Live starts right now.
Right now or now?
Right now? Now?
Now.
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 3, 2.
Yes, thank you, Sherry Shepard and Gabriel Iglesias. We have a brand new interview with them coming up in a minute. Welcome to DBL. It is Tuesday, June 18th. We are live, and we're talking about what you're talking about right now. I'm here with Tori, Brandon, Lindsay, and I'm Sam. Let's get started. We do have an update to a story causing a lot of outrage in Phoenix right now. It's all over this video that went viral. It shows two police officers threatening to shoot a black couple and their young children after a reported shoplifting incident. And now the Phoenix police have released surveillance footage. In the video, it appears to show the couple's 4-year-old daughter taking a doll from the nearby dollar store. It also shows the man, Drayvon Ames, allegedly stealing underwear. The police chief and the mayor have both apologized for the officers' actions, but the family says justice has not yet been served as both officers are still working. Tonight, protests are expected as the community listening session that was called in response to the viral video. What's this?
Not stealing a Barbie. Not stealing underwear from the Dollar General store. Here we go. Lindsay, it starts all over again. That cycle all over
So do you think
again.
they released it to justify? I mean, here's the thing. I'll be honest, and I'm not proud of it, but I've shoplifted before, all the way up into my teens. So does that justify that type of behavior? I don't think that would have happened to me.
I don't think it's even close to justifies it. I think having a gun in your face and having had that happen to me in Phoenix before, and I can get into that story in a minute, but just having that happen just because you're out doing something or shopping with your family, if the kid shoplifts or takes a piece of candy, like I think that we all have done something negative like that, you don't deserve to have a gun in your face and worry about if it's going to be a life or death situation. I live in Phoenix currently, and I think that the police officers have a lot of work to do, having lived there. And then
what did you experience?
Well, my alarm went off and I was out to dinner. I drove back home and pulled up to my apartment, and I just was worried, like thinking I just moved there, someone might be breaking into my place. I walk up to the door and I don't even get inside, and I'm just like, hi, I live here, and the police officer has a gun in my face.
Wow.
And I'm just, I was crying. I was in tears because that was around the same time of Sandra Bland. That was around the time of Michael Brown that I had just moved there, and I really thought I could get shot and die, and so tears came rolling down my eyes. It wasn't a protected feeling. And so even telling the story, I'm like,
flash before your eyes. I'm so sorry that you went through that.
Right, and I appreciate that. I just think that this is not an isolated incident, and so just saying, this isn't representative of the entire police force. It's representative that work needs to be done.
I think also, just really quickly, is it backfired, is what you said. The Phoenix police tried to justify it, and again, that backfired. You don't justify it with saying, look, she stole a doll in underwear. You put a gun to her face and said, I'm going to put a cap in your face.
Right.
That none of that justifies, and you've literally made the situation worse. So when you say they have work to do, I completely agree with
that. And they
that's
constantly make an excuse. They constantly say you did something, so you deserve to be. Nobody deserves to be killed in these instances, in any of them that we've seen.
I agree with you in any of them. And again, because we had this with the Brandon Weber story, people saying, well, he was a criminal. Well, you bring a criminal to jail.
Right.
You don't become the
West.
jury, the executioner, and the judge. You don't put someone to death.
But I'm talking about after the fact, Sam. And since we're talking about Brandon Weber, you're the one who had to find the pictures, the pictures that are showing him in a positive light. Everything else was him with guns and money. This, like I'm saying, it's a smear campaign again against the victims. Something would have happened to Lindsay. They would have went through the apartments, looked for something, and then released it and been like, oh, well, her name wasn't on the mail or something like that.
But look at the progress we're taking. We're opening with his story, and we are aware of the dissonance. We're aware of it. That's the difference. We're totally aware. A group of very different people realizing this is not okay.
Unfortunately, the black community's been aware of this for as long as we can, I'm sure, as long as you can remember. It's only because of cell phone footage that we're now talking about it.
And it's unfortunate that the footage isn't even doing anything. We see it with Trayvon, or we see it with Michael Brown, we see it with Eric Garner, and nothing has changed.
Yeah.
So it just, it's disheartening.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. DBL Nation, please chime in. We want to hear from you. And thank you for opening up and sharing that story.
No problem.
The president is officially kicking off his re-election campaign tonight. Even though he's been holding rallies around the nation, he'll make it official in Orlando, Florida this evening. Meantime, he's calling out his favorite cable news network. Trump tweeted yesterday, something weird going on at Fox. Our polls show us leading in all 17 swing states. The president is reportedly referring to a poll on Fox and Friends, which showed that 50% of respondents think he should be impeached or removed from office. Tori, are you surprised by this?
No, I think what we know about Trump is if you don't like Trump or stroke his ego, he's not going to like you. He's made that really clear. He's very good at it. He's actually quite good at it. And that's his brand. So let it be his brand. I get it. Fake news, when you say something is fake or fiction or that's not right, it can't mean because I don't agree with it. That's going to do harm to everyone. That's what dictators do. You can't say that's fake and wrong when I'm telling you my inauguration had the biggest crowd size. We have eyes, when there's photo proof. So he's going to do this again and again, and we're going to talk about it again and again. But calling something fake news because you disagree with it is dangerous to everybody.
I think in this instance, you saw that the poll on Fox, the way they said it, and during the time it was on television, they were saying it wrong. The poll that was actually asked said, "Do you think the president should be removed or not?" The answers were impeached only, don't know, or yes. So there's no. So the poll and the way they reported it didn't show that. It just said like it was a yes or no poll.
Yeah.
And that's not what it was. So Fox didn't do their due diligence reporting the news, whether it was dayside or
and
opinion programming. And so I think that he had a point in this instance.
Look, polls, I agree. Polls are up and down a lot. I'm not going to go with. I used to be on Fox saying, look at the polls. I don't anymore. But for him, I don't care about those things. What I care about is the repetitiveness of this is fake when you don't like it. That's not real. We have eyes. We can see it. And when you keep pushing that narrative, you are pushing out a democracy and into a dictatorship.
There was a narrative that Hillary was going to win.
Very true.
And everyone went to bed like, oh, Hillary's going to win. Some people didn't vote because Hillary was going to win.
And
then you woke up in the morning and Trump was president. So
guess what? That's why I don't like polls anymore.
Right. That's why I said you can't. I think he's just going off of what he's seeing from his party and people around him who are supposed to look at poll numbers, people that he hires, telling him things versus what people are reporting. And you can see that he doesn't just attack the New York Times. He doesn't just attack one outlet. He's attacking people that, they call the Fox News his best friend.
Enough.
But when your narrative is fake, it's fiction.
All right, we got to move on. Good conversation.
I was writing stuff down over there, Sam.
Yep, I had my cup of tea.
Next time.
Yep.
1 point for Tori.
Wow, he's judging you all. Jon Stewart is taking aim at Mitch McConnell, explaining why he's bent out of shape. The comedian had a lot to say to the Senate Majority Leader on last night's The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. It's all over the reauthorization of the September 11th Victim Compensation Fund. Stewart is a very vocal proponent and says McConnell has not dealt with first responders' health problems compassionately. Watch.
I'm fine. I'm bent out of shape for them. These are the first heroes and veterans and victims of the great trillions of dollars war on terror. And they're currently still suffering and dying and in terrible need. You would think that would be enough to get Congress's attention, but apparently it's not.
Stewart was responding to what McConnell told Fox News. Take a look.
We've never failed to address this issue, and we will address it again. I don't know why he's all been out of shape, but we will take care of the 9/11 Victims Compensation Fund.
But you weren't.
That's outrageous.
Let's be bipartisan here. I don't care, Democrat, Republican. Let's look at the victims, the first responders that are dying, that are sick, and they can't afford to wait 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year. So can we all be in agreement here that they waited too long?
Well, I think that when you're dealing with Congress, a lot of things got passed in the 11th hour, whether it's health care or whether it's immigration laws. And so I think you have to understand that they're dealing with imminent problems across the board.
This should be the number one. Imminent problem.
9/11 is a huge deal, and the first responders are heroes. They definitely deserve this,
to get passed. 18 years in the making.
Right.
18 years, and they still won't pass it as a single bill. It's an amendment to another bill. This should be a priority, and it should be Republican and Democrat, and Mitch McConnell should be ashamed of himself. Bent out of shape. They're dying, sir. That's why they're bent out of shape.
But people could say the same thing about immigration. People are dying at our borders. So everything is important to look at. I wouldn't say that,
and I hear that.
To have conversations about getting things done.
But I don't think immigrants risk their lives to save and try and find buried remains. That's saved for a very sacred thing, and that should be held accountable in Congress.
Right. I completely agree that this is a big deal, and we need to look after the people that save and protect our country. Yeah. I just know that they are all dealing with a lot of stuff. I don't think an excuse is that I had a lot on the agenda, but they should come together and make a lot lot of things a priority, because there's always somebody going to say that their issue is a huge priority because it affects their family or people are dying. And so I think that we need to look at what they have on their plates and maybe have conversations with our people that we elect on what they're looking at imminently.
All right. I think Tori doesn't feel satisfied. All right. We're going to go.
Tally? You want my tally?
No, I don't want your
Okay,
tally. At the end of the show, I do want your tally. You better believe I do. I can't wait. A North Carolina teen who survived a shark attack is speaking out. 17-year-old Paige Winter was attacked while swimming in waist-deep water off the coast of North Carolina earlier this month. She lost 2 fingers and her left leg had to be amputated. Nonetheless, she's maintaining a positive attitude. You guys, you have to hear what she had to say.
I was really aware considering what had happened. I never lost consciousness.
What kind of pain were you in, Paige?
My body went into shock, so I couldn't really feel anything. I just knew it was bad. I'm still Paigey, just a little different. Got some pieces of the puzzle missing.
Wow. Paige also says she holds no grudges against sharks, calling them good people, and saying her experience has urged her to learn more about the creatures.
She's mini
She's
Sam.
incredible. I would only hope I would act that way. I don't even know if I would.
I would never get into the water again because of that. Waist deep water, Sam. We're talking like, well, for me, it's like 4 feet in a pool somewhere. So, hey, anybody want to go to my pool party? You can come on, because I'm not holding a beach party. I'm
That's
letting
okay.
you know, I'm
You
not
don't
going
have
to the beach this year.
It's not your home.
I'm not going to the beach.
You don't have to go in there. It's
Oh,
not your home. It's the shark's home.
So why are we going to the shark's home then?
That's almost like you're authorizing, okay, almost like a risk consent.
But
I'm coming in.
The shark didn't say come in.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the point.
Exactly. The shark didn't invite you into his home.
So he's going to bite your leg off. That's what the shark's going to do.
Exactly.
Why are we exactly? We on the same squad here.
Sam, the tally is even.
Okay, what's the tally? Hurry.
I got 3-3. I got 3-3 right now.
Okay. All right. We're going to have a tiebreaker. DBL's Live will bring you breaking news as soon as it happens. Coming up, comedian Sherry Shepherd and Gabriel Iglesias are bringing the laughter. Don't miss an inside look at their hilarious new Netflix comedy. And you, the viewer, are our 5th host. A college student says she vows to do everything for her husband. She plans to cook, clean, and wake him up in the morning. So is this old-fashioned? Is it sexist? Your comments about that coming up next.
Ooh, DBL Nation, Kelly Schubert here with the DBL Digital team. I cannot wait to hear what y'all have to say about that 5th host. I love that 5th host today. Great debate going on at the table. Do you guys want to keep talking to them? I think we shall. Let's go. Hey, Sammy, what's happening? What's up, Brandon?
In the red corner, we have.
Brandon, you want to come over here and talk with me?
In the blue corner, we have.
Ding, 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 ding.
It's great to have Lindsay back on the panel. She brings some levity to these political situations and all. As you can see, I'm getting worked on, you guys. I didn't wake up.
We gotta fix
like
as much
this.
as we can with him.
But I just love the fact, like I said, that she's come in and we got another side.
Well, it's
again
nice to have
to
a
everything.
debate
Yeah, absolutely.
on the panel. It's nice
Absolutely.
to see a little both sides. Yeah, people are loving Lindsay. We're seeing a lot of new viewers on the YouTube chat, so welcome. Thanks for joining
So
us.
you bring an audience?
Yeah,
too?
she does.
Oh,
Yeah, she does.
I think that Brandon likes me now. I don't know what's going on, but something in the air. Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Something happened last time.
Won't he do it?
Naomi says, great to see Lindsay on the panel again. Candace Nice says, Lindsay is right that there are a lot of priorities. Stephen George says, Lindsay gives great perspectives. Colin Boyd says, Lindsay is right, a lot of issues need to be addressed. And Twaski Fontenot says, great to see Lindsay back on the channel again. We love Lindsay. Lindsay is so good. I like Lindsay. And there's so much about Tori.
I don't even know.
And like all the Tory ones must have been just erased because of a mistake.
Follow the money for the payoff. I'm just joking.
I got a dollar.
It's great having you back because we've been missing that level.
I love it.
So
It makes me feel good.
And just the fact that you were able to share that story, it's one thing for me to be up here and talk about my experience as a black man, but you can talk about yours as a black woman, especially being in Phoenix as well. So that kind of takes the audience into our lives a little bit more and what we go through.
And you're not a
great to have you
crying
back.
person, I imagine. For you to be in tears, I think takes a lot. That must have been so scary.
Getting a lot of positive comments about it. Welcome back to DBL. It is time for Fifth Host when we talk about what you're talking about. A young woman is being slammed online for the kind of wife she plans to be. Breely Langley tweeted, "Call me old-fashioned, but I was raised to take care of my husband." The college student explained that her wifely duties will include cooking, cleaning, and laundry, but some of her followers were quick to point out that this sounds more like the role of a parent, not a spouse. So DBL Nation, is it okay for women to still think that cooking, cleaning, and laundry are wifely duties? Let's hear from you.
You got on me for saying wifely duties that one time.
That's right. That's true. Yeah, but it was true. Context.
Context.
Right.
Very fair. Very fair. That's
Sarah
fair.
from Facebook says there's nothing wrong with supporting your husband in this way. Absolutely. Stay out of Erica Cobb, our own co-host Erica Cobb, says stay out of people's bedroom. Like worry about your own relationship. If what's necessarily is not good for the goose is good for Tori.
The gander, something like that. You're great. You're fine. You're fine. Dana from Facebook says being raised to cater to your husband like this can be dangerous. Some men would totally take advantage of her and willingness to assume this role. I agree that that can be dangerous, but look, the idea of feminist is the word choice. And choice is I get to decide if I want to be a homemaker or if I want to go be a boss and be on this television show. Choice is up to you. If you want to make your husband breakfast and serve him and that's pleasurable, enjoy. Enjoy.
Linda
I
from
stopped the room.
Facebook.
Sorry, I stopped the room.
Linda from Facebook says each couple should choose what works for them. There are plenty of men these days who support their wives in this way. See, that's what I like, Linda, because, you know, I think that it depends who's working. I was going to say, if this woman is working all the time, you should share the responsibility.
Absolutely.
I think people need help no matter what side they're on, so I understand that.
And Marco from Facebook says, why is she wasting her time in college? I wonder if she'll continue to wear shoes after her wedding day. I don't get the shoes part. I don't get that part. But I think barefoot and pregnant. Thank you. That's what audio guy Steve just told me. So thank you for that, Steve. Listen, as long as you're happy and this is like fully consensual and there isn't some weird power dynamic that we don't know about. If this is making you happy, girl, do you, boo.
Do you, boo.
Do you, boo.
Meryl from Facebook says if she'll be happy doing these things, I don't see a problem with it. Absolutely not. But talking to the husband, talking to the guys out there that have a woman that's going to do these things, make sure you're getting that bath water set. Make sure you're rubbing her feet. Make sure you're kissing her on her neck, making her feel appreciated.
Wait, are you doing all this stuff?
I mean,
I just want to make sure before you preach this.
You sound like an R&B song. Kissing on her neck, getting that bath water ready. I like it.
You don't follow my IG story? R&B London is what they call me. R&B London.
I liked it. Yeah. I did.
Nobody calls you that.
That was cute. That was cute.
Thank you.
All right, coming up on DBL, comedians Sherry Shepherd and Gabriel Iglesias join us for the first time. Find out all about their new Netflix original series next in Chatting with the Stars.
You have a comment. XOOX writes you, I love hearing love tips from Brandon.
You got a secret admirer? Well, not so secret.
Let me ask you something. Has anyone ever in their whole life called you R&B London?
Like another person?
Yeah.
It's just a hashtag. It's a hashtag.
Like another person. No, like yourself.
Has anybody ever retweeted that?
Yes.
It's a mood. R&B London is a hashtag and a mood.
So when you drive home, you play some smooth jams?
Drive home, I Uber.
Okay.
It's when I'm at,
When you're on the plane, you listen to smooth songs all day. You just
No,
kinda
not
smooth
on
it
the
out.
plane. When I'm at the house, I'm cooking. I'm about to have company over, and I want to get feel R&B.
You run them
London.
a bath first thing.
Let her feel appreciated.
Kiss on her neck. What if she just? This is like first date material. Or what are you talking?
It varies, Lindsay. It varies. You never know what connection you have with someone. But if it's a woman,
Until you run the bath, then you figure it out if they get in or not.
Can you get my back, please? Can you get my back?
Play that R&B, play some Joe.
No, but if you have a woman like this, you want to make sure that guy appreciates her. She always feels appreciated. So if she wants to stay at home
Tim
and
Meadows,
do these things,
right?
when you come home, you want to make sure that she
It has
feels
to be
appreciated.
reciprocal.
Reciprocal,
Right.
exactly.
It shouldn't just be one person.
Welcome back to DBL. Stand-up comedian Gabriel Iglesias is getting his own Netflix comedy called Mr. Iglesias and stars alongside the hilarious Sherri Shepherd. Well, I caught up with the two comedians about their new show, Sherri's latest celebrity crush, and Gabriel's crazy hobby in one of the funniest Chatting with the Stars. I look like Martha Washington, for sure. I do. I look like a founding father.
Oh, that's a powerful lady right there.
That was the last person I thought of, Tori.
Yeah.
Give yourself more credit.
You're absolutely right. I should say it proudly. You're absolutely right.
I've heard Harriet Tubman for me sometimes. No wig on, no wig, straight Harriet Tubman.
Straight Harriet Tubman.
Hey, I heard Mario Lopez once.
Sherri Shepherd and Gabriel Iglesias, welcome to Daily Blast Live. My first question is for Sherri. Bradley Cooper is now single. Now, you've made it known that you're kind of into Bradley. Have you heard back from him yet?
No, I've made it known that I am so into Bradley. I keep my door unlocked just in case Bradley Cooper needs to come lay the cable.
Just knock, knock, cable
Tell
guy.
me something, girl.
Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la. That's hilarious. And,
That's it, girl.
Oh, God. Gabriel, can't wait to hear more about your Netflix show, but I need to know more about these 30
Oh, God,
plus.
I was hoping you were going to ask about the
No, I want to know about your 30 plus
cable
Volkswagen buses you own. Is this a hobby or an obsession? Talk to me about that.
Yeah, it's crack. I started collecting cars a few years ago. That's Jay Leno's fault. I saw how much joy he had from just, he gets to play and have fun. And I'm like, I never thought of having more than like a car, maybe two.
Right.
Before I knew it, I had over 30.
Oh, my God, that's amazing.
It's like the largest
I have a museum.
Volkswagen collection.
Really? Mr. Guinness, who knew? Good for you. All right, now to your Netflix show, Mr. Iglesias. I can't wait to watch. Are your show characters based off your real life personalities at all? Tell me about that.
Well, I think they wrote a really great character for me. My professional life is perfect. My personal life is in shambles. Wow, who's that based on? Huh? What?
Mirror.
Thank you. It was like Gabriel was in my bedroom. I don't know what was going on.
No one teaches history like I do.
That's why I let you slide with the dress code.
You can't hide these calves from the rest of the world. I can't get my leg off.
Yes, it's based on me in an alternate universe where I would have chosen the path of becoming a school teacher over becoming a comedian.
Wow. It's been a few months since an explosive tell-all book about The View was published. I wanted to check in and see how you're handling the aftermath. Have you heard of any new drama behind the scenes because of the book? How are you doing with it?
You know, we all had our version of what happened on The View, and it was 8 years of bliss. I sat with Barbara Walters and Whoopi Goldberg.
Right?
So what more could a girl ask for? So I had a great time. The other people had not so great time. So for me, it was amazing.
Now, DBL Nation, if you're looking for a new comedy series to binge this summer, check out Mr. Iglesias on Netflix, streaming June 21st. I'll try to call Bradley Cooper and see what I can do, Sherri.
Tori, thank you so much.
You got it. I'm on it. I'm writing it down. Thank you.
There you go.
Like I was going to forget, or that I know him. All right, they are the best. This was one of my favorite interviews. So we're uploading an extended version to our YouTube page. Check it out for even more laughs. We'll be right back.
Hi DBL Nation, Agent R here with your report on the new Men in Black International. So, is it worth seeing, or will you make me want to erase your memory? Well, the answer is no, not really. It's not spectacular, but it's still a good fun time. Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson do make the movie fun, and there is some good moments, but it's not the same magic as the original. This was made for a new generation to see, so you're not going to see any callbacks or unfortunate cameos from the originals. This is really its own standalone movie with kind of callbacks to the general plot, but not any actual players in it. So that said, if you were looking for that, you're not going to get that. But if you have kids and this is their first time seeing Men in Black, I think they're gonna like it. They're gonna like the little creatures. It's their first time seeing a whole new set of aliens for them to go and love like we did. So I would say give it a chance if you have kids. Now, if you're going for the nostalgia, I think you might be a little bit disappointed because, like I said, it is its own movie with its own jokes, and Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson kind of have their own movie together, Thor Ragnarok, and sometimes you get those moments and that chemistry that they had there, and you kind of forget that this is a new movie. It just feels like them in different outfits. But other than that, I would say I did laugh at some points, and there were some points that dragged on a little bit and there were plot holes. But overall, if you're just looking to have some mindless fun and you don't want to see a movie that's going to win an Oscar, because this isn't going to, I would say go see it. But I might be wrong. You might disagree with me. Let me know, and you can erase my memory next time.
Welcome back to DBL. We love sharing your comments. What do we have, Tori?
A lot of people they fell in love with Lindsay. A lot of people writing in saying Lindsay is a, a gift. Love her. Keep her, says Elizabeth. I know Lindsay is a fan fave, says Lauren Bennett. People writing in, tell Lindsay if they really love you, they'll bring you tacos for Taco Tuesday lunch. That's true.
Let me check the menu.
People writing in that they love it and that the ladies are beautiful on the show, and then finally wrote in because I might have said something. Tori, we love you too. So thanks, guys.
Oh, look at that.
Since Lindsay's a gift, the first time you came here, I asked what gift you got me.
And I was thinking about a gift to get you, but nothing would be as great as you are. So I just came empty-handed. I'm sorry.
I like her.
We'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.